Hey, it's the preacher here, and it's Friday, the day before gun season opens in Arkansas, and I'm at the reloading table going to reload some 30-06. That may sound strange to some of you. What? It's the day before hunting season and you're reloading your ammo? Yeah, absolutely. And I want to talk about that today. I know people who have thousands of rounds reloaded in calibers like 30-06. Quick question for you. How many times you go to the range and shoot your 30-06 100, 200 times? Honestly. A box of 30-06 shells will last me for 3 or 4 years sometimes. And I'll tell you why. I load them, or even when I had store-bought ammo, I use store-bought ammo. I take my 06 to the range before season, usually sometime in September. I shoot it a few times. It hits exactly where it hit the year before, and I put it back up. Then when November rolls around, I get it out. I put 4 shells in it, 3 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber, and I hunt. And I shoot a deer. There's 1 shot. Say I miss it and I have to shoot at it running. There's 2, maybe 3 shots. Say it's wounded and I have to finish it off. There's 4 shots. So that year, missing deer, finishing deer off, I only shot 6 or 7 rounds of 30-06. I clean the gun, put it back in the safe, and it sits there until next September, and I get it out. Now, I don't need 4 boxes of 30-06 loaded. All I need are the components for 30-06, 30 caliber bullets. Man, I've got 100 of these here. I've got other 30 caliber bullets here. I've got a lot of 30 caliber bullets. I've got a lot of powder for 30-06. I've got new brass, never loaded, never fired for 30-06. Why do I need to load that now and let it lay around? There's really just no need for it. Let me explain why. Brass, over time, even in a dry environment, can corrode. This brass is brand new. It's a little tarnished in the lettering. It looked really bad when I got it, but it was brand new. It had just sat for a long time. If that round were loaded and tarnished, I'd have to shoot it looking that way. But since I have components, I can throw this brass in the tumbler, clean all that off. I can load up 20 rounds of it, fill up a little carry case of 20 rounds, keep it in there. When I get down to 3 or 4 rounds, I can load another 20. That's a much better way to store ammo and components than it is to just load up a bunch and let it set that you won't use for years. Plus, you can sell components better than you can sell loaded ammo. And I'll explain that. Someone may be putting this 150 grain Sierra bullet in a 308 caliber instead of a 30-06. They may be shooting this in a 300 blackout. They may be shooting this in a 300 Win Mag. I don't know. But if I have components and I no longer need them or I'm overstocked, I can get my money back. Probably even more if I've had it a long time, as opposed to selling someone ammo I reloaded 10 years ago. So, it's the day before hunting season and I'm reloading ammo. You say, what if your dies break? What if something happens? I have a 308 there. I have a 243 there. I have a 300 blackout. I even have a couple of ARs. I'm not short of a rifle to deer hunt with. I even have some 30-06 ammo in there that shoots great in my gun. I'm just loading up what I want to hunt with tomorrow. I will probably load 10 rounds. I've already shot the rifle. It's already sighted in with this ammo. I mean, everything's ready to go. I'm just putting the ammo together, and if something happens and it doesn't work, I take the 308. I take the 243. I don't need 1,000 rounds, and the reason is you're not going to shoot 1,000 rounds in a 30-06. 223, you can make your case. And I know some of you are prepping for the end of the world and government takeover and revolutions, and I'm not. Do I have the components to put together thousands of rounds of 5.56? Sure I do. Do I have thousands of rounds loaded in there? No. I have components. And if things change over time, I'll sell the components. and I'll always have it. Now, with something like an AR, sure, I do have a few hundred rounds loaded, but I can shoot through a few hundred rounds of AR ammunition because, for one thing, I've got 30-round magazines. It's a semi-automatic. It's very light recoil. It's fun to shoot. But with deer rounds like .6, 243, 308, unless you're just going out to the range and shooting these for fun, there's no need to have 1,000 rounds of everything loaded laying around. And let's be honest, some of you may not be willing to admit this, but reloaded ammunition, by and large, doesn't keep as well as factory-loaded ammunition. And even factory-loaded ammunition can corrode over time, especially if you handle it. So, I don't need 1,000 rounds of 30-06. I don't even need 100 rounds of 30-06. If a riot breaks out and I am finding myself in some kind of home defense situation, I'm not carrying a bolt-action 30-06. I'm carrying an AR-15. So it's just silly. And I know people who say, well, if you're just going out and shooting your 30-06 a couple times before deer season, you're not training accurately. You need to be shooting 100 rounds from the prone, 100 rounds kneeling, 100 rounds standing, free supported, while someone throws sand in your eye. I'm not going to battle. I'm going deer hunting. In Arkansas, I have never shot a deer from the prone, nor have I shot it while sand was blowing in my eye. So take a deep breath, reloaders. Take a deep breath. It's okay if you've got ammo just to load what you need when you need it. Keep your personal defense ammo stocked up. But don't fill up ammo cans full of .6 unless you're just bored and have nothing else to do. Because that brass, that powder, those bullets, those primers are worth more individually if you end up not needing 1,000 rounds of .6. Anyways, rant over. I got to reload some ammo. I'll talk to you later.